Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judgment. There's a lot of things that we wanted to discuss today. Of course, the Arsenal game versus Manchester City. What a big game. It's the game of the season for Arsenal, but we must not forget that Arsenal have the Champions League still to play for. Manchester City, this is kind of the game, the make or break for them in terms of winning the league title. Of course, Caicedo signing a new deal for Chelsea. Is that a good for the player? Does that give me an indication that the project is still going, that Chelsea can turn a corner here? We'll see how that goes. Of course, we'll see what happens. Arne Slot is staying at Liverpool. As David Ornstein have said that Arne Slot is staying at Liverpool. What does that mean for the Liverpool Football Club? Can they challenge next season? Is actually something that we need to discuss. And also at the same time, we are here to actually a little bit talk about what Thierry Henry said yesterday, what Thierry Henry mentioned yesterday for the on CBS after the game. Is he putting more pressure on Arsenal, Thierry Henry? We'll actually discuss all of this. Of course, we got all of this. We got a packed show for you, but I want to ask you early on the show to like the video, subscribe, and also get involved in the conversation. I want to know what you guys think as well. And I want to start by saying one thing. The tone has changed about Arsenal lately. But before we go that, make sure to check the okjersey.com. Make sure to check out okjersey.com, of course. Make sure to let me know what you think in the comment section. And let's take it from there, actually. I want to start by this news just quickly to get it out of the way. Coming out to say that all the information that the FSG and the ownership and the sporting directors are just keeping Arne Slot in the job is not a good thing for the morale of the fans, because it looks like most of the fans are fed up with this guy, are fed up with what he says in press conferences. Next season for Liverpool, and I've spoken with Osam a lot, like, listen, there's always hope for any club. Liverpool can go out and sign amazing players. They can sign fantastic players. But if you're asking me, can Arne Slot take Liverpool to the promised land? Not really. You know what? Not really. It's something that I think that the guy has lost the voice that needs to actually galvanize players. I think the guy has actually, every time they hit a slump, he speaks out of his ass. He doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know how to respond to the media. He doesn't even know how to lie. I think he's convinced with everything he says. It's similar to what Ten Hag did for Manchester United. And I feel bad for some of the Liverpool players. I feel bad for the players that want to develop. I feel bad for the Frimpongs. I feel bad for Kirkes. I feel bad for others as well. It is not a good look that you are saying that you're going to back Arne Slot like this. It is. I don't think that his tactics would work in the Premier League. I don't think his tactics will work in the Champions League. I don't think that anything that he says will actually be like, it's always ridiculous. Like, yeah, Paul, and it's very strange. And I want to start with Liverpool because it is a very strange. You got knocked out of the fucking Champions League, schooled 4-0 against PSG. And this is the fucking information you're going to put out. This is what you want to say to the people, that we aren't even going to, like, you know what? Sometimes silence is better than saying anything. Just stay fucking silent. Even if you're planning to keep him in the job, stay fucking silent. Don't say shit. Don't talk about anything. And by the way, that is, Arsenal talking about Arteta signing a new contract. What are you achieving by talking about Arteta's new contract when you are at the lowest point of your season in terms of performances, with your legends going on shows and actually doubting you? Arne Slot as well. In a Champions League race that is, you just lost the last week. You are now only 4 points out of Chelsea in 6, right? In 52 points. And you come out with this shit, telling fans that we're going to back Arne Slot, because I'm convinced that all the Liverpool journalists, and I believe Hussam listens to a lot of Liverpool journalists. When Hussam is saying and telling me that most of the Liverpool journalists are being fed stuff, the club releases only what they want to release. And for you to release this information after he get knocked out by in the Champions League, humiliated. Yeah, you can say good performance or not good performance. Humiliated 2-0 at home. And you're telling me that, yeah, we're going to back this man, we're going to stick with him. What message does that send? What message does that send to everyone? It is very, very ridiculous for me that the ownership of Liverpool are oblivious to what is going on around them. They're so oblivious to how the fans are reacting to these losses. How many times this guy got booed in the stadium? How many times I've seen Asim and the guys in Born and Red actually talking about him leave the club? How many times Craig have had a meltdown? How many times Hussam have had a meltdown? And you're fucking talking about keeping him in the job. What message does that send to the Liverpool fans that back you, that go to the stadium? That regardless of Champions League or not Champions League, we are sticking with this guy. What on earth? What are the standards you're sitting here as a club? What are the standards? Are you sitting here for the club? What are you trying to tell me? That it doesn't matter if Liverpool close to the top or not. We're sticking to this man. Is that what you're telling me? You have Isak and Ikitiki and all these top players. And you're telling me that even if he misses out on Champions League, you're going to stick with him? Are you crazy? Are you mad? By the way, I'm going to tell you something else as well. Can I ask you guys before we go on? I want everyone in this chat now to put in where are you tuning in from? Because I want to know that we used to do this in the summer. Where are you tuning in from in the chat? I want to know. Everyone, tell me in the chat, where are you tuning in from? In the chat. Quickly, do it, and let's do it. Everyone knows I'm Egyptian from America, of course. Anyone, there's over 100-something people here. Blackpool, UK, Wales. You're always from Antarctica. Ghana, big up my man. Mars. I'm from Outer Mongolia, big up. Ghana, India, big up my man. Everyone that is here, Northern Europe. What is that even, Northern? What does Northern Europe mean? Canada. Habibi, ya Ahmad. But I thought, Ahmad, you always, if you super chat, you don't chat in Egyptian pounds, do you? Hawaii, Egyptian from Canada, Hawaii, Emirates, Habibis, all the way. Wallahi, God be with you, Habibi. Marwan, God be with you. Pakistan, Sweden, Norway. Okay, now we're talking. North London, right? North London, Croatia, Egyptian from Seychelles. Oh, wow. Ahmad, ya Habibi. North Korea, fuck off. Jojo. Serbia, big up Serbia. I want to visit Serbia one day. Nigerian from London. Big up the people that are Antarctica. Fuck off. Sweden, of course. Here. USA. I'm using satellite internet from Antarctica. Fuck off. Jamaica. Big up Jamaica. Of course, people. You're from heaven. Inshallah, we'll be in heaven with you. If you're from heaven. Big up Habibi. All the way from Napoli. What a place to be. Out of all the places in the world, you're in one of the best places in the world. In Napoli, Habibi. East London. Asad is from Sweden. Big up Habibi. Of course, big up everyone that's here. What a community we have. Russia. You're from Russia for real, Jojo. You're from Russia. Type something in Russian then. Type something in Russian. Damn. We're going to come to Arsenal in a bit. Just to go, and guys, there's over 120 people here. Let's get the likes up. Arne Slot and Liverpool Football Club are in shambles. They got absolutely everything wrong. I can't read the shit, but you've proven yourself. I hope you didn't use ChatGPT. Hawaii is the best place to be right now, Judgment. No, I think Italy is the best place to be. I know Italy is the best place to be right now if you have money. If you make any money, Italy is the best place to be. There's no place like Italy, to be honest with you. For Arne Slot, I kept saying this about Liverpool Football Club. The standards of the football club needs to be higher than this. You need to actually be able to attract players. Do we think, and I want to hear a yes or no. Yes or no. Can Liverpool attract the top names if they keep Arne Slot? I think they can, but I think people will be questioned. The agents will be questioning what are the aspirations of this club, because they're going to look at the likes of the team, the Ekitiké's and all these guys. Is this guy able to develop my career and get me to be my best possible self? Can this Arne Slot person lead the team to trophies? Can this guy, Arne Slot, lead the team to trophies? Because even Liverpool fans don't believe that. You know what I mean? The way he talks, the way he leads the team, the tactics that are working, the standards. It's not the right thing to do. You know, it's not the right things to say. We can, but players want promises of champions. Exactly. Exactly, Paul, what I'm talking about. You know, I have the same energy. Big players want to play in the best competitions. And if you can't guarantee them Champions League football, why? How am I joining Liverpool Football Club? If I'm not guaranteed to play in the top competitions and compete for them, wow, like awesome. The other day, I think I have his tweet. I was like, Michael Olise have to be Mohamed Salah's replacement. But Asim, have you sat by yourself and actually thought about Michael Olise himself? Have you thought about what Michael Olise is thinking? Why Michael Olise? Apart from England, he wants to go back to England. Why would Michael Olise leave Bayern Munich, especially if they reach a final of the Champions League, and go to Liverpool? I'm like, the entitlement. Listen, I never spoken to Asim, but I watched some of his shows. Top lad, top content creator. Goes to games and all this stuff. But if Olise is the replacement for Salah, how are you going to attract Olise? Judging Slot of the one bad season, so you think that this is just a one-off. So you, my man, you think that it's a one-off and Arne Slot will go back to the top. Is that what you're telling me? You really believe that in your heart of hearts, you believe that this is a one-off? The tactics that he want to play, the way he motivates players, it's a one-off. It's a one-off. I don't think it's a one-off. I don't think you're going to compete. I don't think with Arne Slot you're going to compete for the league next season. If you're a Liverpool fan, I don't think you're going to compete for the league next season. And I think players would know this actually by now. I know the players would want to compete, but I don't think that the players will absolutely be motivated to join Liverpool Football Club. They won't. I don't think they will. I think there will be a lot of questions. It could be he's not wrong. That's what you're saying. It could be. But what are the indications? There is always a maybe. Anything can happen. Yes, there is always a maybe. But is it something that you think that it can happen? Like I always say that when I analyze football. What is the most likely situation? That Arne Slot turns it around or he doesn't turn it around? I believe that at the end, Liverpool might sign Xabi Alonso. But why all this propaganda? Why all of this talk? Why all of this what's in front of it? Why this? Why you're releasing this now? Why you're saying that you're sticking to Arne Slot? Because of what? Because you can't say that he's about to leave? Maybe. Liverpool need a lot of players. And I'm going to say in the summer, Liverpool need a lot of players, and not only Michael Olise. By the way, Ekitike will be back in 2027, unfortunately. 9 months. That's what people are saying. Do you need another striker? What if Isak gets injured? Who's going to play as a striker? I don't know. Nobody knows. No one knows. Maybe it's a smoke screen. I hope it is a smoke screen. You know what? I was talking to Hassan. I want to be excited again about watching the Prem again with Liverpool being close to the top. I want to be excited again. I want the Premier League to be exciting. I don't think it's exciting to have him. I don't think it's exciting to have Arne Slot. To be fair, I don't see Liverpool not get fifth. They're already 4 points away, and I can see Chelsea drop more. That's fair enough. Fair enough. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. The problem is not even Slot. Edwards and Hughes are the main problems. They both exposed and have no idea how to build a winning team and manage a big club. I'm hesitant because they built before a team that is winning, because I think they did a good job building the team that won the league, that reached Champions League finals and stuff like this. So I am not here denying their work. I don't like revisionism on people. I don't like that. Let's be honest with ourselves. They built a team that is good. You won the league last season, right? So exactly this poll. So that is just false. They literally got you the Salah. They got you this. They got you that. So they did bring really good players for me. But Liverpool will need a lot of players, by the way, this summer. Tons. A lot of them. Who's going to compete next season? It will be City if they keep Pep. It will be Arsenal, because Arteta's guarantee you being close to the top. The other news that I wanted to bring up is, before we actually go on to talk about something else, is Caicedo staying at Chelsea. And I'm going to say this once. Caicedo committing to Chelsea long-term is a mistake. Is a mistake. You need Caicedo as the DM. You need Caicedo Fonzie as the DM, unless he has a release clause at his team. Unless he has a release clause. Unless the guy has a release clause. I think the only way that he would commit, right? And the only way he commits is he has a release clause in his contract. That's the only way he commits, in my opinion. Outside here, Chelsea fan, Caicedo, big mistake, says as a Chelsea fan. I agree. Why is Caicedo sticking to Chelsea? I actually don't know. Like, why is he committing to Chelsea? Wallahi, Fonzie, on Tuesday, I literally sprained my knee, and I'm not playing tonight. I'm only coaching tonight. I'm not playing. I sprained my knee. It hurts. And it's inside. I hope it's not MCL. It's a different ligament. But I sprained my knee badly on playing a diagonal, actually, on freaking turf pitch. And I sprained my knee. It's awful, bro. I finished the game, and then when I went home, it kind of got swollen, and it's not good. Hopefully it'll be all right within a week or so. Hopefully it'll be all right within a week. Klopp made these players world class and built the culture and the mentality of the club. You're not wrong. You're not wrong here. You're not wrong. Hello. What do we have to do to see a little mixtape? I'm trying, bro. It's just, I don't have any videos. I need to go back and check if anyone recorded the game. Some people recorded the game, but I don't have the footage of me playing. Caicedo loves Chelsea. It's the owners that are the problem. Loves Chelsea or not love Chelsea, it doesn't justify him committing his future to Chelsea. It doesn't. It doesn't justify it, in my opinion. Caicedo needs better. Caicedo needs better, in my opinion. He needs better. Let's actually, now, who is here want to hear what I play in the middle now? I play in the middle. Anywhere in the middle. 8 to 6, something like this. Anywhere in the middle. Let's actually hear this. I want you guys to hear this with me. Let's actually comment on this. I like this part. I used to do it on videos. And let's actually do this.
They've been asked to do a job. They did it. I want to see that at the weekend. You see, I tapped the desk. You see what Rivera said before? That's what I would have said to everybody in the dressing room. I want to see that fire. That he said fire. That's what I said. I want to see that at the Etihad. That's what I want to see. It's easy to talk. Go there, at Man City, and deliver. That's what we want to see. Then we will see fire.
But before he comes in, I actually have a... he doesn't believe. Henry does not believe like every other fan. They don't believe they're going to do and have that fire at the Etihad. He doesn't believe. I think he does. I think he's hesitant. I actually think that he is skeptical. We'll see the rest of the video, but I think he's skeptical. He's hesitant. Because you're going to just watch what he says.
I will even bring it if you want.
I'm not sure they've got the quality in the attack You know, the game we just watched here tonight, and you think of the players on both teams, Arsenal don't have, that's not a criticism, they just don't have those players in attack. They haven't. So that's why I think when you get to the business end of the season, certainly in the Champions League, and even though I've tipped Arsenal to win it, I just don't believe it, because I can't see a team win the Champions League who don't have like a star in the front.
Does he watch footy judge Mo? Didn't footy judge Mo say that Arsenal need a superstar? I disagree with him. I think Arsenal can still win the Champions League. I disagree with him. When you reach a semi-final and you have an advantage of home ground, you can still win the Champions League. But I still think that Arsenal needs someone as a difference maker up top. Genuinely. I think they need a difference maker, and a big difference maker up top. Guys, can we get the more 50 likes? I actually think, I was speaking about this, Martin, before I continue with the video. I was thinking that even if Arsenal get a draw, if Arsenal win, I think it's over. If Arsenal win, I think it's over. But a draw, people think the league is over with a draw. I don't think it's over. I don't think the league will be over if Arsenal get a draw. A lot of people think that if Arsenal get the point, oh my God, they win the league. No, there is way more games to go. There is Newcastle, there is Fulham, there is West Ham. There is games to go, bro. It's not over. You have, how many games do Arsenal have left? You have 6 games left, including Crystal Palace. So it's not over. People keep saying this, and it's done my heading, that if Arsenal get a draw, they win the league. No, it's not. Because if you're watching Arsenal now, are Arsenal guaranteed to win other games? I'm not saying that City are guaranteed as well. But if you are banking on a team, right, you would bank on to win more games, probably it will give Arsenal advantage, but it will give City also. City will still have a chance to go and win. As I said before, anyone thinking Arsenal will get something at the Etihad has no logic. It's just hoping. There is logic to it. There is logic to it, which is Arsenal can defend their way into a draw. There is a difference between playing Bournemouth and playing City. Arsenal can go to the Etihad and get a draw. When is the last time City won against Arsenal in the league? That was 22-23, if I'm not mistaken. That is the last time City won, like 3 years ago. So Arsenal can go to the Etihad and get a draw. But if you're asking me who's favorites to win the game, it's definitely City. As I mentioned, City are 50% to win the game, 40% to draw, and 10% Arsenal win. But there is the possibility that Arsenal get a draw. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. Now, everyone has decided the result already. A few Nico O'Reilly headers changed their lives. Maybe because they watched Arsenal not being able to play against Pep Guardiola, Martin, and they think that Pep Guardiola will be able to replicate what he did against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. And that would be logical. If he does this, that would be logical. If he does this, it wouldn't be beyond the realms of possibility that he repeats that.
Oh, they haven't got one.
Sorry, Jamie. I believe in what he said. I'm a big believer. I believe in what I see, though.
You believe in what? Who said? Sorry, what Arteta said?
Arteta, the fire. I believe in it. I do. But then when you talk like that, you have to do it then. You have to. I didn't see that tonight. We are through. So happy. Semi-final, as you said. 2. Very happy. We never won it. I never won it. So I can't really talk about all of that. So we are in the semi-final. But I won the league, though. Go and win at Man City. I want to see that fight.
No, he doesn't have. Why is Thierry Henry putting pressure on Arsenal to go and win at Man City? When is the last time Arsenal won at the Etihad? It's 2015. You see, I think from a legend of Arsenal, that is wrong. I actually think he's wrong. I genuinely believe why is he saying this? Why is he putting pressure? Go and perform, get a draw, go and win against Man City. I don't think that. I think you're putting pressure on Arsenal. Right? To win against City. The most Arsenal fans, if you ask any Arsenal fan now, do you think you can go to the Etihad and win? They'll say no. It's because how Mikel Arteta talks. So, again, do you want Mikel Arteta to say we're defeated? Do you want Mikel Arteta to say we're finished? Do people want Mikel Arteta? He was sarcastic. If you didn't hear the sarcasm in his voice, you didn't hear the sarcasm. Let me repeat it again for you.
Sorry, Jimmy. I believe in what he said. I'm a big believer.
This is sarcasm. Without a shadow of a doubt. What Henry is saying, this is sarcasm. This is sarcasm. He doesn't mean what he's saying.
I believe in what I see, though.
You believe in what? Who said? Sorry, what Arteta said?
Arteta, the fire. I believe in it. I do. But then when you talk like that, you have to do it then. You have to. I didn't see that tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We are through. So happy. Semi-final, as you said, 2. Very happy. We never won it. I never won it, so I can't really talk about all of that. So we are in the semi-final. But I won the league, though. Go and win at Man City. I want to see that fire there. That's the fire I want to see. I believe, Mikel. Yes. But show it.
How do you think he's approached?
You see that smirk that he had at the end? Show it at Man City. He doesn't believe it. And also, I just want to say something. You know when I said that there is way more pressure on Arsenal than Man City in this game? I'm going to repeat it again. Arsenal have 95% of the pressure in this game to at least get a draw. Going into the game, everyone is putting pressure on Arsenal. I think Arsenal, even within themselves, they have pressure on them. It's within themselves. There is pressure on you. Within yourself, there is pressure. I don't think that Man City has that much pressure going into the game. And I just explained this. Because Man City don't need to change anything. They just can play the same exact brand of football. Right? Man City can go into the game, play the same brand of football. Right? Arsenal need to change something. I'm not speaking for Henry. I'm saying what I think. Henry can say what he thinks. I'm commenting on him. He's a big personality. He's an ex-player. He's a Champions League winner, a World Cup winner. He can say, and I can comment on him. Right?
The game at Man City.
I hope not like tonight. Or against Bournemouth or Brighton away or Mansfield or everything that I've seen this season.
That performance wouldn't be enough against Manchester City.
The Man City that I've seen recently. Yeah. We're talking about the team that won 4 in a row. Liverpool came in between that. If not, it would have been more. Right? Again, I do believe, I've been saying since the beginning of the season, this year, I do believe we can win the league. This is the biggest chance in your...
Blah, blah, blah. We cannot win. When we don't celebrate, we are questions. When we do, we are mocked. There's a lot of pressure on Arsenal. There's a lot of talk about Arsenal. There's a lot of people that talk about Arsenal, Martin. You have to accept it. Is it over the top? Sometimes. Are you helping yourself? Probably you aren't. With a performance like yesterday, with some of the performances that happened lately, you're not helping yourself. Arsenal aren't helping themselves. And I think this is wrong, man. I actually think that him saying that Arsenal over the season didn't play well. I know that people have short memory, but people need to remember. Right? And people need to remember that Arsenal during the season were the most consistent team and they used to have really good games. And I went through the games. Arsenal used to create chances from open play, used to score goals, they went games without considering a chance. That is playing well. What does he mean by playing well? Does he want to play? Does he think he have Lamine Yamal at the team? Or Michael Olise? Or Harry Kane? He doesn't. He doesn't. Why is he saying that Arsenal haven't played all season? It's completely wrong. He's wrong. Arsenal played very good game during the season. Very, very good game. I can go. What about the Leeds away? What about the Sunderland? What about Spurs? What about these games? Right, Chelsea. They played against Inter. They looked good. The first game against Brighton, when they came back from behind. Bournemouth away. I've Aston Villa. What? He's lying. If you are the team, that team you believe you are, come to the Etihad and play. You want Arsenal to do this. And I think it's stupidity if Arsenal think like this. If Arsenal players and Mikel Arteta doesn't lean on his strength by controlling situations and defending well, they're idiots. If Arsenal listen to people that say, go to the Etihad, open up, leave spaces behind, press high, commit players forward. Because if Arsenal do this and get slapped, people will tell him you didn't lean on your strength. Pep Guardiola just have to stick to his plan. That's all he has to do. Because Man City are in good form. 9 goals scored in the last 3 games, conceding none. Man City are doing well. You watch Man City now. Efficient team. Very efficient team. I like Cherki, I like Doku lately, Nico O'Reilly, Matthias Nunes, Kuzanov, and Gay. They're playing well now. Man City, I'm going to give them credit. Not now. Today, and football change. Today, German chicken wing, Arsenal aren't better than City. Today, Arsenal aren't the better team than City. Today. If you're telling me over the last 5, 6, 7 weeks, Arsenal aren't better than City in terms of how I watch the games, they aren't better than City. Before they were, during the season they were. Yes, I'm doing the stream alone. I'm responding to the comment. I'm doing the stream with you. I'm doing the stream with you. I'm talking to you. Mo, what is the XG for Arsenal, City, United, Villa, Liverpool this season so far? It's very simple to check. Expected goals, Chelsea number 1, City 2, Arsenal 3. Very close to each other. But Arsenal were better than City. During the season, throughout the whole season, overall, Arsenal were better than City. Now they aren't better. But that's the final hurdle. That's the final hurdle. And that is where we... Like today, they are going to play the game on Sunday, and it's depending on form. Anyone that says that Arsenal today are better than City, they're lying to themselves. They're lying to themselves. What would you change in this Arsenal team? Can I be completely honest with you? I actually don't think that today there is a lot that can be changed about Arsenal because the quality they have is lacking. The likes of Madueke, Eucharist, Trossard, Martinelli. I would completely change the way they play. I would do this. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. The problem is Odegaard is out. But if it was me, I would play Rice or Zubamendi in the 6. And I would put, not against City, but against all the other teams. And I'll put Odegaard and Eze in the 10. I would play 2 attacking midfielders. And I would tell them, you have to come back, you have to defend when you lose the ball, blah, blah, blah. But I would have 2 behind them. I wouldn't play Rice and Zubamendi together. I wouldn't do this. I would play Odegaard and Eze. And even if you're going to play, and I'm going to be completely honest, even, not against City, of course, Martin, not against City. Of course not. Against City, I would play on the counter-attack, I would defend, I would do, but there's but Martin, you are the one who said that, Martin. You're the one who said, it's not only the City game. There is a Newcastle, Fulham, West Ham, blah, blah, blah. There is other games as well. And I wouldn't change it in the Champions League. Right? Also, there is one more thing. Calafiori, I don't know if he's fit or not, needed to play over Hincapié. I know that Hincapié has been good defensively. But if your winger is inept, that's what I would do. I'll play Eze on the left wing, ask him to tuck inside. See, Pep Guardiola did this before. Eze tuck inside, and then I would have my left back be the winger. Here is the problem with Hincapié, Martin. Hincapié, the problem with him is not him himself. He has good games. He's a fighter. He's someone who's a fighter. He's actually one of the people that I would say Arsenal should lean on. The problem sometimes is combination of players. If your left winger can't hack it by himself, right? Can't hack it by himself. Your left back needs to help him offensively. And Hincapié isn't the most offensive player on the pitch. He's very strong defensively. So you need to sacrifice something. Even though Hincapié look like more stable, but because your left winger isn't doing it, and you have no other solution, right? You will need the more attacking left back. You need your left back to go forward. You know, if Arsenal defend and concede, the game is done. They are not coming back, going 1-0 down. Fair enough. Fair enough. But I think Arsenal shouldn't approach this game wanting to win. I disagree with you, but your attack is hurt because your left winger isn't doing his job offensively when he gets isolated. So he needs an overlap. So he needs someone else to help him. And your left midfielder, Declan Rice, isn't helping your left winger as much. So basically what you're saying is that because you want to have Hincapié as a good defensive left back, you're sacrificing your whole left side going forward. That's what you are telling me. That you want to sacrifice your whole left forward. That's what you're telling me. That football-wise, you're telling me that I'm going to give up on my left side going forward because I want Hincapié to be good defensively. Arsenal can do it. Martinelli on the counter-attack. We'll see if he's going to do it against City. Well, Bournemouth didn't sit back. Martinelli completed 2 passes in the time he played. What did he do then? What did he do then? That's the problem. Start Jesus on the left. I don't know if Jesus can do it. Maybe he should. Maybe he should. There is something that Arteta did before. But in this game, because Arsenal are going to play in the counter-attack, they kind of need speed, though, which is Martinelli. That's what they need. They need Martinelli, or they need speed on the counter-attack. So maybe in this game, Arsenal should, I'm going to say, Arsenal should approach this with the same way as they're going to play against Bayern Munich in the first game. The way Arsenal played against Bayern Munich in the beginning of the season, they should approach it the same. Let's continue the video.
Life to not only shut anyone down, just to prove to yourself as a team that we can. And then people will not talk about whatever word they want to use that I will not use. I do believe personally, but I'm sitting here on a chair working on CBS. There's nothing I can do. Now, I heard fire. I want to see that fire at the Etihad.
Oh my God.
Tonight
I'm not sure if he's mocking it. Like that laugh at the end. Is he mocking it?
I heard fire. I want to see that fire at the Etihad.
Why is he mocking it? It's crazy to me. To be honest, the league. Mo, I like this. And I'm gonna discuss this. I like this. I like this. Robert, I want to thank you so much for the first super chat of the channel and the support and the donation. And guys, we need to get to 100 likes. I'm going to discuss this. I'm not going to talk about Terry. I'm going to talk about myself. I'm going to talk about myself. Right? I'm going to talk about this. The problem with football content, and I'm going to be completely honest and open with you. The problem with football content is very simple. If City win the league this season and Arsenal keep Arteta, right? and Liverpool keep Arne Slot. But I want you to imagine a world, right? I want you to imagine a world where Arsenal keep Arteta, City win the league, Pep is given 300 million in the summer to replace Bernardo, to replace John Stones, to replace Nathan Ake, blah, 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 all these people to buy a right back. Arne Slot stays at Liverpool. Arne Slot stays at Liverpool. Rosinha stays at Chelsea. So we're going to have a summer here. And big up Lou for the raid. Thank you, Lou, for the raid. What are the conversations we're going to have? End of the window. To have a football conversation, you need to have excitement. You need to have unpredictability. Do you know why the Bundesliga doesn't have any amazing content? Do you know why? Because it's one winner. You're guaranteed that they're going to... Do you know why PSG are only judged in the Champions League? Because they win the league all the time. The problem is, if Arsenal win it next season, we're going to have a good conversation about, can City come back and win it? Can Man United come into the fold? Who are Arsenal signing? Liverpool get a new manager. Oh, can Liverpool come back to the fold? What is going to happen? You know what I mean? Now, if City win it, after all the work that Arsenal did, and oh my God, Arsenal are great, they're defending fantastic. Well, you're going to say that regardless of what Arsenal do, City are going to come on top anyway. So that kills all the conversation about football in the Premier League. This is why it makes it more exciting if a new winner comes in. You know what I mean? That is just my honest response to you. You think that, oh, Mo is wanting Arsenal to win the league because I love Arsenal? I guarantee you, I have no love for Arsenal. I have no affiliation with Arsenal. I'm not sitting here and tell you that I love Arsenal. I don't hate City. I just don't. Right? I just want excitement. I want things to talk about. I want controversy to talk about. Because the Arteta out talk will last for 2 days, 3 days. And then he's going to stay at the club and then it just finished. But I never said I have to force the winners, of course. You have to show it and fight for it, 100%. Robert, big up Robert. Thank you so much for the donation. Guys, hit that like button. We will beat City 2-1. I'm worried we'll draw to Newcastle and Fulham after. Our players show up for the big games. We will be 100% defensive and play counter-attack, and I think that is the right approach. I believe that is the right approach. And anyone, like German Chicken Wing in the chat, and the other City fans in the chat, that keep saying, like Formidable Centurion, well, you're going to show up and defend. Like, you're going to show up and defend and stink it up. Yes. Why do you want Arsenal to play to City's strengths? Why do people want Arsenal to play to their strengths? And if Arsenal get a point, I will praise them. But I'm telling you from now, if Arsenal get a point, I will praise them. Because the onus is on City to win the game. It's not the other way around. And regardless of how Arsenal play, if Arsenal get a point, it doesn't matter the way they get the point. It doesn't matter. What only matters, right, is literally the result in this game. We just did on Lou's channel a title race predictor. Even with the loss, could still be very close. It depends. A team with 1 win in 5 is beating City at the Etihad. Nice joke. I think it's hard to I think for me, it is unrealistic to sit here and say that the most likely outcome of this game is Arsenal winning the game. Let me summarize it to you. I'm an Inter fan. I am not a Serie A fan. I'm an Inter fan. Inter are winning the league. And that's the conversation. Thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the show. Appreciate you guys tuning into the show. Inter winning the league. I will celebrate when we actually wrap the league mathematically. Thank you so much. AC Milan are crap. Juventus are crap. Antonio Conte bottling it, even with 1 game a week. Christian Kivo led the team. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. I hope that summarized Serie A for you. Even with a draw, City will win the league. Why? Why do you think that? Why do you think that even with a draw, City will win the league? I don't understand. Why? I don't know. I don't understand. That's the Italian section covered. Big up! That's the Italian section covered for the show. Moving on. Let's hear the rest because I got other clips.
The thing about tonight is they're through. Nothing matters. They're through. And the biggest thing in a cup competition or where they are now, the most important thing is to make sure you get through to the next round. Now, they didn't play great tonight, but in some ways, who cares? They're in the semi-final. But the reason I'm saying they will care is because they'll have the league in the back of the head, and they'll be thinking, we played Sporting Lisbon, they're a decent team. We're through, so we're happy, but oh God, we're not playing well, and we're going to the biggest test we've got now at Man City. And if they do lose that, I think they'll feel they've lost the league, and that's where I go back to Declan Rice's face on the pitch.
I want you guys to listen to this short clip as well about people saying that someone said that Arteta is lying again. Let's listen to this.
Before you came over, we were talking about managers, and I'm saying Pep's probably in that dressing room telling his players, by the way, saying publicly that we're the best team on the planet right now, best in the world. But in his dressing room, he's saying other things. He's saying we can beat them, we can catch them, yeah? How are you getting this to our team, to the Arsenal team, to believe? Because for me, I think it's really important that the group believe this. And I saw at half-time there was a change. First half, maybe it wasn't the normal performance. Second half, I saw an improvement. So is that what you're injecting into this group? Because it can come down to belief.
It comes down to making the last step. I mean, we are making the steps that they haven't been done in this club for 140 years. So players deserve credit for what they're doing. But we're asking them, it's only that. If it's not that, then it's nothing, and it's not that. But what I loved is the ownership that the players took after the defeat here against Bournemouth. When they sit down together, they analyze it, they set things face to face, they act on it. And then at the end, you have to do it on the pitch, Martin. We all know. We can talk in the dressing room, we can talk beautiful things, but we need to put those words into actions, and we certainly done that.
That's fair enough. Like, for me, Arteta can only try to motivate his players. I actually don't think the Arsenal players needs motivation. What you need motivation when you're that close of making history is beyond me. It's literally beyond me. Everyone that says the Arsenal players need motivation, my ass. Bro, you're top of the league still. You got a chance to make history. You are in a semi-final of the Champions League. He doesn't need to motivate the players. He needs to have the right tactics. Motivate what? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Motivate who, bro? What are you motivating? He doesn't need to motivate anyone. You need to focus. Like City, you know what? Pep Guardiola needs motivation because he got the tactics. And I'm mixing both Arsenal and City here in the conversation. Pep Guardiola needs motivation to the players to go and give 120, to go and give 130, because he has the tactics working for him. He beat Liverpool. He beat City. He beat Arsenal. Thank you so much. He beat Chelsea. Pep Guardiola literally doesn't need tactics. Pep Guardiola is the one who needs motivation. Arsenal need tactics. How are people getting them messed up? Coconut water. Coconut water. I'm doing free advertising. Free advertising. Let's hear this clip as well. Because this clip it feels very strange to be critique of a team that is doing so well. Let's hear this.
Again, he's saying all the right things. I will give him that. He's saying all the right things.
He's handling it the best he can.
I believe so. I think he's picking his moments to kind of even get the fans on side there. He's just said like 140 years, 2 back-to-back semi-finals of Champions League. He's showing basically the progression that the club's made and how far it's got forward, but also understanding the temperature, understanding the expectation and the nervous energy around there. Like he said, there's more to improve on. And that is a good sign for him, I suppose, moving forward. I think the question would be for us, if it goes the way it looks like it's going and they don't win the Champions League and they don't win the Prem.
You do think it's looking that way? That
I don't think that. I think sometimes they say really good stuff, actually, by the way. I think they're saying really good stuff, actually. I think what he said here is that in his point, Arteta saying the right things, trying to motivate the players. And it's not helping when the pundits of CBS ask... This is how it's the feeling around Arsenal Football Club and the team, right? Arsenal reached a Champions League final, and in the post-match interview, they asked Declan Rice, how do you deal with the frustration? And Declan Rice is like looking at them like, frustration? We just reached the semi-final of the Champions League. What frustration are you talking about? How are you asking me that question? That we are in the semi-final of the Champions League. You're asking me about frustration. This is the ridiculousness of sometimes in the media. Frustration.
they're not going to win either?
I think based on performances, I think we can say that. We don't know, do we? We're looking into the future and we're guessing. But if it's going the way that it is, then what is there more to improve? Because you've got the best squad, I would say, man for man.
Arsenal don't have... This has been debunked. City signing Semenyo, getting Shirky involved again, getting Gahey, Kuzanov being embedded now. I don't think that Arsenal have the best squad, by the way. They might have the biggest squad in terms of depth, but we're seeing the quality of the players now, right? We all have to admit that we are watching the Arsenal team crumbling going forward because of the quality of the Maduekes, the Martinellis, Havertz, Gyökeres, Jesus. Like, we got to be honest. You have to be honest, right? You have to be honest. Like, you got to be honest.
25-man squad. You've got the best squad in world football, in my opinion. You've got...
In the whole, you think even across all Europe's top five?
Every single position, they've got 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, but you can have 1, 2, 3, but you can have only one. And then the second is not good. Like, I need to understand, Arsenal had a squad that looks very good. Even Madueke was performing in the Champions League. Even Martinelli was performing in the Champions League. But you got to look at the form and how they're playing now. They aren't in form, these players. You're watching Arsenal, they're struggling. You're watching City, and they are cooking. Is Haaland cooking? But others are. Turkey is. Semenyo is. Nico O'Reilly is. So who's cooking? Bro, I don't understand this. Logic all season, they had the team, that team, and Arsenal has been top of the league. Sorry. But they have the best squad. Our players are just in form. Yeah, but that is the reality. And also, you adding Semenyo made your attack better. You're telling me that Arsenal now, by the way, I got to account for injuries now because Saka keeps getting in and out of the team. Odegaard is in and out of the team. Injuries for Arsenal. It is affecting the quality of the squad, isn't it?
And all of them are international. So if they drop Rare, they've got Kepa, who was bought for what, 70, 80 million. You know, every position you look at, they've got players there that can do it. If they don't, before it was no striker, but now they've got Gyökeres, they've got Havertz, they've got Jesus.
All of the three are not equal having Haaland in your team. All of them. Guys, 22 likes to 100. Can we get the 22 likes to 100? 22 likes. Best squad, best depth, not the best squad. That is what I'm talking about. You got the best depth. You don't have the best squad. You don't. Because the quality of your attackers are not the best. Even Saka this season haven't been at his best.
I mean, they're all internationals. All of them will go to the World Cup this year. So they've got that squad depth. So then the question would be after that, well, if you've got all of that, they've had no sendings off this season as well, because that was 2 years ago. They've had minimal injuries this year. What is there to get better at? Is it going to be the style of play? because that you could have fixed over the last 5.
I'm going to tell you something about the style of play myth. Yes, there are some games that Arsenal didn't have a good style of play and it was boring. Well, anyone that said that Arsenal yesterday were boring and passing the ball around, I watched both games. Number one, Bayern and Real Madrid, both of them are very open teams in terms of how they attack. Real Madrid always have 3 players or at least 2 not defending at all. Yesterday, Zubamendi was going in the 18, was passing the ball forward, was trying to make things happen. Eze was trying to score. Eze was trying to shoot. I'm going to tell you something. Arsenal yesterday weren't boring in terms of the style of play. Arsenal yesterday lacked quality. Bro, I saw Mosquera in the 18 of Sporting Lisbon yesterday. Literally. And people that say that Mosquera is a centre-back. I wanted to go and check Mosquera's heat map yesterday. But the style of play is different than the execution, right? The style of play is if you ask your midfielder to go forward, if you ask your fullback to go forward, if you ask Nkapia to do overlaps, right? The problem is when I was watching the game, Arsenal didn't have the quality because Mosquera is a center back. Hear me out. Because Mosquera is a center back, you can put Mosquera in the right positions as a manager, but Mosquera isn't going to be able to get the right cross, the right pass, the right shot. I want you to go look at Mosquera. He's mostly at the opposition's half. Madueke was high. Zubamendi was everywhere on the pitch. Arsenal yesterday weren't defensive as much as we think. Arsenal in the first half had players in the 18 of the opposition. The problem yesterday with Arsenal was execution. Was execution on the final third. That is the difference. And I need people to absolutely, like, you need to differentiate between, if the man, listen, if I saw, you remember what I did, Chef, if I saw yesterday, Saliba Gabriel Raya Gabriel, Mosquera Saliba, Raya Gabriel, Nkapia Rice, Zubamendi Saliba, go back to Raya. If I saw this yesterday, I would say, yeah, Arsenal were boring. But Madueke and Arsenal players were pushing high. The problem now is that they couldn't execute any shit. Anything. Zero. Madueke should have taken the shot to score. Eucharist, by the way, should have hit the target. In the first half, around the 18, Eucharist had a clear sight on goal. He didn't even hit the target. He didn't even hit the target. And I think you don't understand. I think, okay, I need you to open your brain. I think I need you to open your brain to actually understand what I'm saying, right? The reason why City might put 7, and you wouldn't put 7 past them, but you might score some goals against Sporting because your execution is much better in the final. Doku's execution, Semenyu's execution, Nico O'Reilly's, Shirky's execution is much better than Arsenal. You hit the target. That's the reality, what you don't understand. I don't know how hard is it to understand. That's what is the problem. It's execution.
5 years. So I would think the questions start to change towards him. But as a whole, I think he's done a very good job.
Mm-hmm. I just like his honesty in that interview about fact of, yes, where we want to be, but there's still a lot to improve on. And that's what we keep saying. Like, they just get the job done, but we can't go and take away to say that was a very convincing performance, that I'm going to have a lot of faith and confidence in Arsenal going into the Atletico Madrid game, because I've seen both ties against Sporting where, for me, I didn't see enough to say that, yes.
Can I ask you both a question?
Before actually he asks a question, you know the difference between me and other people? And I'm going to say this. You know the difference between me and other people that actually analyze football and do YouTube and do punditry and everything? Results are one thing. But analyzing the performance is what I want to do. And that's why I say, if Arsenal limp and don't fix up in the final hurdle of the season, but still win the title, celebrate, get your parade, get your celebration, say that Arteta finally got us over the line, do all of this. Right? And I'm talking about the league. But I still think that the board and Berta should sit with Arteta and ask him questions about how are you going to approach next season? How can we improve the attack? How can our attackers be more effective? How can we not be reliant on set pieces sometimes? How can, if set pieces dry out, we actually improve? It's not only, right? It's not only about, which is, it's fine. I agree with this. Berta, how did you look at these signings and thought that Madueke is improving us? That Eucharist is the right answer. Why didn't you have better scouts? Why didn't you target better players to improve the execution in the attack? Why did you not do this? And if Arteta's part of the recruitment, he should be asked. Why did you hang on to Martinelli? Why did you hang on to Martinelli and Trossard together? Even though you won the league, which is what Pep Guardiola, you know what? I will take it back to what's his name, the president of Man City? What is the guy's name? What is that guy of Man City? The guy that does, not Sheikh Mansour, the other guy that does all the interviews. And what's the guy's name? That guy that always like does things for Khaldoon. I remember an interview for Khaldoon that was done after Man City won the treble. And Khaldoon was saying, even though we won the treble, all we're looking for is how to maintain and get better on what we are doing today. Not keep the same way. If we have a problem in defense, we need to fix it. If you have a problem in right back, we need to fix it. And I think if you are telling me today that Arsenal don't have any problems, you're lying to yourself. You are lying to yourself. If you're telling me today that Arsenal don't have any problems, you're lying to yourself. There is a problem at Arsenal. It's called the attack execution. And by the way, that is not coming only from Arteta as people want to say. It is not. It comes from other things as well. Way more stuff. Way more things. Exactly what I said. I just checked exactly what I said. He was in the 18. He was around the 18. He was everywhere. There is room for, Michel is correct. There is room for improvement. And that is what you need to ask.
Question. Do you think you can improve in April in a season?
No.
Very difficult.
I'm the same. I'm just thinking when he's talking about improving, I'm like, where's...
What are they waffling about? Man City improved in April. Man City improved since the Carabao Cup final. How? Man City just improved. Man City just improved in April. Remember, Man City, when they started the year after signing Gay and Semenyo, they weren't magnificent. They weren't great. No. Man City weren't great even after signing Semenyo and Gay. So you don't think they need to improve this summer? City need to, everyone need to improve. City might need squad depth. City might need a left winger if Doku, I like Doku. I'm a big fan of Doku, by the way. But if Doku isn't going to get you the output, maybe you need a left winger that will get you the output. Maybe you need a second striker behind Haaland. Maybe you need that. Maybe you need a Rodri replacement if Rodri doesn't renew his contract. My thing about Arsenal, I guarantee you what Arsenal need is one thing and one thing only. I swear to God, Arsenal need one player. And that player, by the way, needs to be a superstar in attack. Saka's good. I think Eze can play a left winger. I think Odegaard is not bad. I think you need a superstar. You know what? You can even work with Eucharist. Not every team in the world have the best striker in the history of mankind. But you need a superstar. You need someone to take the game by the scruff of the neck and make things happen. That's what you need. And that superstar can be anybody across the front line. Just a superstar. Just a difference maker. Just one. That's one will change everything. Anyone for you that will change things. Anybody. Look, I want you guys to watch what Thierry Henry says here.
Are you going to demonstrate?
Yes. So one of the things, take the ball. One of the things I used to love to do.
Test the waters with big players, with Kvaratskhelia. Test the waters with other players. I don't know who. I don't know who. The problem is, I'm not a scout. I'm not a scout. If Liverpool are going to try for Olise, go to... If Arsenal win the Champions League or reach the final of the Champions League, if Olise wants to go back to England, go and test the waters. For Olise. Test Kvaratskhelia. I don't know who. You just need a big superstar that will take the game by the scruff of the neck. That's what you need. I'm not a scout. I'm sure there is someone out there that will change the fortunes of Arsenal. You know what? Get Julian Alvarez and someone else. If it's not one superstar, get Julian Alvarez and someone else. Get them. Thank you, Rosie. Subs for the people supporting the channel. Appreciate people always supporting and donating and getting involved in the conversation. I try to do comments, now super chats as well. So thank you so much. More Arsenal need their playmaker back. Saka, Odegaard, and Eze are needed to create for us. Arteta's big mistake was the cup final without Raya give Pep a rise. I agree with this. I agree with this. But in the same time, can I ask you guys something? People are going to say Moises twerking. You're going to say Moises twerking. Why don't Arsenal get a leeway if Odegaard, Saka, and Eze was out, Timba's out? Why? I want you to imagine if Semenyo, Shirky's out, or Rodri's out, and they got like Gehi's out. I'm talking about most important players. Will City be the same without them players? I never changed. You don't remember. I never changed. Because last season, Martin can back me on this in the chat. I was so critical of Arsenal. But do you want a proof? I never changed. In April 14th, 2024, there is a video on my channel where we were so critical of Arsenal bottling the league when they lost to Aston Villa. The problem is, you think I was lying when I was using, and other people, the problem is there are idiots online that keep saying that Mo praised Arsenal when he shouldn't praise them, right? I believe everything I said in the beginning of the season. Arsenal were one of the most efficient and best coach teams in the world in the beginning of the season, probably until like end of January or something, or February. I literally believed everything I said. Arsenal were so efficient and effective that they needed to be praised. This is why now that you don't listen. When I'm praising what Pep Guardiola did over the last month, you don't want to listen to that. And I'm sitting here criticizing Arsenal for a whole show, but you refuse to listen. People think I only praise Arsenal. Only praise Arsenal, but people forget. Like literally, And also people that say Arsenal played 9 games, won 9 games in a row, had 9 clean sheets. So I'm supposed to come here on the channel and say that Arsenal are shit. Is that how? So I should, in October, where Arsenal were winning every game and having clean sheets, I should come here and say, instead of analyzing the game, I should come here and say Arsenal will bottle it in May. Chelsea fans left every chat because their club made their club irrelevant. Michelle will tell you this. Every Chelsea fan now feel disassociated with their club, that they don't want to watch content. Because there is not a lot of talk about Chelsea. Because what can I add to Chelsea? I can come here every day and say, Liam Rosenior is wrong. The board is shit. They need to sack Rosenior. All of this. That is the reality, huh? But the reason why Chelsea fans don't even watch any match reactions or anything, because they're disinterested. I know you are, but you get my point, Asad, right? Like your club, there is not a lot to talk about because there is not news that are exciting. But that is not true, though. And I'm gonna tell you why that is not true. Because last season, I was rightfully so praising Liverpool the most of the season. And my channel was doing very, very well. Alhamdulillah, last season. Numbers don't lie. Go check my shows last season. Numbers don't lie. I wasn't praising Arsenal last season. We're actually criticizing Arsenal. We're having discussions about negative Arsenal last season. Big up my man. Tamba Lion, Habibi, thank you so much. City will lose to Bournemouth away. Well, I think you need to focus about the next game first. You need to focus about City first. That is the reality. Bullshit. Your traffic farming. So maybe you don't watch then. You don't watch. Yeah. So maybe when... I don't want to discuss this too long. Just wanted to show you guys this. This is interesting video.
One thing that is difficult for the fullback, and you know, that is distance. Are you going? Are you not coming? So when I used to receive the ball here, and then you're the right back, Jamie, I used to go out to the line to be able to square you. When I'm here, I used to love, as I said, to beat the man here. But because we're close to the byline, I have to make you believe that I'm going to cross. So I used to push the ball. Now, step out of the ball, stop it, and drag. You understand? I'll do that again.
It's all about drag and not passing it.
Yes, because you're very close to the byline. So I'm going to make you believe I'm going to cross.
Carrick is having PTSD. I'm like, is he going to dribble me here again? Is he going to be here again? Allah, yes. You know, it's easy to hate on Arsenal and be an Arsenal hater, and then it will be amazing views. Be amazing views, actually. Fantastic. Anyway, long story short is that's why Carragher hates Arsenal. Arsenal fans need to be less agitated, more supportive. I think the team is agitated. And I think, Rosie, rightfully so, though. Rightfully so. The team is not performing well, so it's rightfully, like, the team is, I think the team is a little bit under pressure from themselves. Shorts hurt my channel, but thank you for the advice. Shorts hurt the algorithms for your live shows and videos. I think, Rosie, just to go back to what Rosie said, I think the team is a little bit nervous. more than what you think. Every big game, they say that the team is not going to win. Every big game, they say the team is not going to win. I promise you this. Every game, they say the team isn't going to win. Like, there is not even one time that I've watched Inter and they kind of put pressure on the team. All the ultras put pressure on the team, Martin. All the ultras put pressure on the team, actually. All of them. All of them. They put pressure on the team. Where is Ahmed's channel? They make noise all the game, 100%. There's a difference in culture between supporting in England and also in France and in Italy. I've been to games in all these countries. It's different. They always supporting. Van Hecke. That's the level they want. Van Hecke. Well, when people tell me, why do Chelsea fans run away? Van Hecke. This is. And then people tell me, where do Chelsea fans go? He's a good defender. He's a good defender, but come on. Is that what Chelsea aspire to sign? I don't understand the UK media hatred for Arsenal. I think it's because the fan base gets triggered easily. Can we say that? I think because the fan base get triggered easily, so it's an easy target. Is that something that I can say? Can I say this? Because I don't understand why there's a whole section of people just hating on Arsenal, wanting, like even Gary Neville was saying it. Gary Neville was saying that a lot of people want Arsenal to fail so they can laugh. Like, I don't know. I am not in the UK, so I don't know. I'm not in the UK, so I don't know why that is the case. Like, why do people hate on Arsenal more than other clubs? I don't know. I actually don't know why, especially nowadays. Their fan base is so weird and things they say, Mo. Give me an example then. Give me an example of what they say. What is this? I'm not in the UK. If you're in the UK and you know that, maybe. I'm not. Because you can actually find that by TalkSport and stuff like this. So I don't know what is it that people find, you know? What is this? Igal is not even here. I think it's not hate. I think it's more of banter. It's like, it's fun to see them crumble, but then again, it's just me. Is it fun? Is it fun? Is it fun to see Arsenal crumble this season? I don't think so, to be honest with you. I actually want Arsenal to win because it makes the conversation interesting, because it will be City 1 year, Liverpool 1 year, Arsenal 1 year. We don't know who is going to be next season. We actually don't know. Chelsea fans have some deluded people. I actually don't watch AFTV at all, by the way. At all. I don't even watch the reactions. I don't watch AFTV. At all, by the way. It's all game. I think it's all media narratives that run so people can have their fun. It's all media stuff. Well, the bottle job thing has been with us years. Media just instigate now. I wasn't following the media, by the way, but before 2021, I had no idea that there's something called football YouTube. By the way, I had no idea. I never heard of Mark Gorbridge. I never heard of Terry Flowers. I never heard of By the way, I never heard of AEF TV before 2021. Never heard of them in my life. I had no idea who AEF TV are. Bro, don't you want Milan Juve to fail? Yeah, of course. But these are my rivals. So why do Liverpool fans want Arsenal to fail? Why do Brighton fans want Arsenal to fail? Why do Bournemouth fans want Arsenal to fail? Do you think Chievo Verona fans want Inter to fail or AC Milan to fail? So I get it if it is Chelsea, if it's Man United. So, but why would, like, I have a feeling that not even a Crystal Palace fan, like an Aston Villa fan want Arsenal to fail. Why would an Aston Villa fan prefer City winning the league over Arsenal? Can you explain that to me? Why would a Newcastle fan want Arsenal to fail more than City? Why? What's the reason? Can you explain to me why? I don't know why, but it's reality and you have to accept it. Huh? I don't watch AFTV. I didn't even watch like AFTV at all. Because I know that AFTV drives narratives. Like I know that AFTV, you think that guy that named Julian on AFTV, he's doing it for the camera. He speaks, he's an idiot. I believe I believe Lee Judges, Yardman, these guys, they say what they believe, but I think there's a lot of people that say stuff for the camera. They don't say what they believe. They don't say what they believe at all. So I don't think that it's because basically all those that hate Arsenal are chronically online. So many idiots in AFTV. Maybe hit the like up, people. Hit the likes up, people. People hate United because of dominance. Okay, so I understand, but Arsenal never dominant. Okay, so Arsenal are never dominant. Arsenal were never dominant in our lifetime. So you hate Man United because they were dominating English football. So why do you hate? It's more logically to hate City. Why do you hate Arsenal then? Not you. So why do you hate Arsenal, unlike City? You yourself, why do you hate Arsenal? City are more dominant. Can you explain that to me? Why is that the case? I don't know. Actually, I don't know what these guys are saying, actually. I want you guys, before we leave, I just want you guys to check this out. YouTube. Can we just quickly play this to see what these people say?
You just said if you get your act together, you know you're going to win it. Is that what is happening with City and Arsenal right now? Are we seeing a team getting their act together that are just going to go and win it?
Can you smile? I just saw you sit back, ready to go.
Body language. You're not chirping him.
No, because,
you're like me now.
No, exactly, Gaud. We're seeing a stage of the season again, where I haven't said nothing on this yet. Obviously, after the Bournemouth game, I haven't said too much.
Because you weren't walking.
No, because you weren't walking. No, but I could have been.
You're watching the goal.
Could have been. But the thing is that I didn't. You know what I mean? I haven't said anything on it, so there's a lot of fake stuff out there, me and Thierry. But honestly, Gal, we're in a position which we've come to again. You know, we obviously started the season brilliantly. That's not the time to count it. It's obviously after Christmas and now. And we've now gone to a place where we are once again faltering at a time where, you know, Man City are finding their form. You know, I'm not going to go into the mental side of it and that, because like we just spoke about Rory and being able to get himself into a place where you're comfortable in the uncomfortable situation, like we have been the last 3 years, which we haven't done it. And we now find ourselves back there. People stopping me in the street, Roy, saying, right, we're going to do it, right, we're going to do it. And I said, well, I don't know what I'm going to call, like I'm going to pull on to say, yeah, we're going to do it because of this. We're not playing good football.
But they're in a great position, though.
You hate Arsenal because of their fan base. I don't find Arsenal fan base annoying at all. I actually like Martin. I like Igal. I can say Paz. I like Paz. He's gonna Paz sometimes loud and stuff like this. But you're gonna tell me, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Listen, this is me opening my heart and saying stuff. Are you guys telling me, and before I go on about this, the Igal is more annoying than Hamza as a fan? Are you telling me that Turkish is more annoying than Big Steve as a fan? Big Steve, that everything that Big Steve says, he says, come back when you win a trophy. We haven't won a trophy in 22 years. Come back when you win a trophy. You have won. Come back when you win this, the title. Come back when you win the, you don't have the bottle. You don't have this. Are you telling me that this is more annoying than Turkish, for example? You know Luke, and listen, Luke, the MCFC lad guy, and I commend him for doing content. You're not telling me that Luke's tweets are friendly. Luke tweets are still provocative. They are rivalries. They're annoying. Like MCFC lad. So are you telling me that they are easy? You tell me Vater is annoying as well. As a fan, he's not annoying as a person. I like Vater, right? You're telling me that they are more annoying than this? Wallahi al-Azim, I'm telling you something, Clive. I wish I was an Arsenal fan. I would have made shit tons of money. I don't find them annoying. I like Gunnar Solskjaer. I think every fan base has annoying people. The problem is Arsenal fan base are so big that you stumble across the annoying ones for you more often than not. That's what I think. Rosie, thank you so much for the... I live in Bermuda. We have British passports. We follow British sports, attend university ethic. There is so many people there that make little sense. The media is the media, Rosie. The media is the media. You cannot judge the media. But the game is the game. Talking about Arsenal is more relevant than talking about other clubs now for obvious reasons. Because Arsenal haven't won in 22 years the league title. Because Arsenal had the longest serving manager without winning the league and the Champions League from the big clubs. Right? Because Arsenal have come second 3 years in a row. So there is more talking points about Arsenal than any other club. Like this whole overlap that is in front of you, they barely spoke about City. Why? Because City are stable. So the media, I want to see the media, if Arsenal win a league title, are they going to ask Pep, that has gone back-to-back seasons without winning the title, are they going to put pressure on him to win the league if he stays next season? Is that going to happen? Are they going to say, Pep, you need to win the Premier League or the Champions League next season?
So in terms of they got that little bit of a cushion.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, but
No, isn't it a little bit like the golf with Karen Young being 3 shots clear? Rory's almost thinking, or City are thinking that.
Which pressure would you rather be in right this moment?
Honestly, Man City, Roy.
No, I'd still be with Arsenal.
You see this? Let's listen to this. Oh my God, this is very important. I didn't hear this. I'm listening to it the first time with you.
Cushion.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, but
No, isn't it a little bit like the golf with Karen Young being 3 shots clear? Rory's almost thinking, City are thinking now.
Put this way, which dressing room would you rather be in right this moment?
Honestly, Man City, Roy.
No, I'd still be with Arsenal. Can
I be honest? When you look at like, you know what, watching the games as well, Gal, you know what, it hurts, Gal. It's a pain that's hurt me. Like, it's killing me. I can't feel it.
But you know
what I mean? I can't feel it because I've put so much, invested so much into the manager, the team, the players and everything. And they've got to a place again, and you're just seeing it fall away. You're seeing players making mistakes.
It's not falling away yet.
It is falling away.
They're top of the table, man.
Right, what I'm trying to say is that from Arsenal fans'
they're not edgy, but you have to get through.
As the athlete in me, of course.
So did you think it was going to be plain sailing? They've been nervous for 6 months.
No, I didn't expect it.
I never said that. Where did I say it's the same? Where did I say it's the same? When? Like when in this video I said that Arteta situation is similar to Pep? When did I say that? Why do people hear what they think in their heads?
To be plain sailing, Roy, because it's never plain sailing.
Right.
Because even the team that's got momentum, you have to get it done.
Right.
But when you are at the top of the league and you've got to beat the teams, I'm not seeing anything from our team. And even the way we play, it's me saying, like, by any means necessary. It's like you're frightened. That's a Hail Mary. Like, I'll take anything to win. And we shouldn't be doing that right now. Listen, we should be in a place where experience.
The way you play.
I think I saw Pep's quote talking about, it doesn't come down to tactics, it comes down to mentality. And like we just mentioned, Rory, and being in a place uncomfortable. We've been in that place. We should know what this is going to take. And then you're watching the boys, you're watching the way we play, which honestly, I don't like the way we play. I'm just taking the way we play because I want us to get over the line. And we're in a position that we've been in 3 times before. Why should I say to people that come up to me, no, don't worry, have faith, because we're at the top.
Why not say that? Have faith.
Because we haven't played any kind of football, Roy, to beat a team in a way where I can say, I remember off the back of that.
But
we're talking about,
when you go back to the games, loads of games this season.
He's so frustrated, Ian Wright. I've not seen him frustrated like this all season, bro. This guy is losing hope completely. He's completely losing hope. He's hopeless. Bro, I've never seen him like this. Broski, this guy's about to cry. He's about to cry. Bro, he's hopeless.
And even at home in big games, Arsenal have got that nervousness about it.
Yeah.
But that's part of sport. I think you have to get through that nervousness.
That's what I'm saying, right? We can't get through the nervousnly. Scorsese asked a good question.
You can't get through the top of the table.
What I've just heard from you, to be fair, feels to me what every Arsenal fan...
He's fucking scared shitless. He's scared shitless. He put his neck on the line. He's scared shitless. Bro, he's not built for this. Bro.
Get through the nervousness. Scorsese asked a good question.
You can't get through the top of the table.
What I've just heard from you, to be fair, feels to me what every Arsenal fan is feeling. You're talking with that level of emotion as an Arsenal fan. But I want you to go back to Ian Wright, the player, because Ian Wright, the player, did win a title once for the first time. You got over the line. Okay, take your shoulders up here. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, bro! Roy Keane is consoling the guy. What the fuck? What the fuck? Bro, what is this? What is he doing? What the fuck is he doing? He's consoling the guy. What? What is this? It's like they're in a funeral. And then you're telling me this freaking video has about 500,000 views. You are telling me that there is no friend of Declan Rice or Saliba or Gabriel or Zubamendi or Arteta are actually showed them this video and telling them, look, Ian Wright lost. Because you're telling me that Arsenal players over the next 2-3 days aren't going to hear about Ian Wright saying this stuff. They're definitely going to hear. They're definitely going to hear about it. And it's going to affect them. Genuinely, it will. Oh, my word. Habibi AMT, I have a theory. Years ago under Wenger, Arsenal used to be praised for their good football, and our fans were talking so big. The rivals were so extremely jealous, and now Arsenal are crap. They are happy. You aren't crap now. You're talking about what years, though? AMT. I disagree. I think Arsenal are criticized sometimes, rightfully so, and sometimes wrongfully. Like sometimes Arsenal are criticized, rightfully so, like last year and stuff like this. But for example, during this whole season, I didn't see a reason until lately to criticize Arsenal. I didn't see a reason to criticize Arsenal that much as people used to do, because Arsenal were winning games. They were having clean sheets. They were top of the league and top of Europe, and they were dismantling Bayern and Atletico Madrid. There was no reason for anyone to criticize them. And there was no argument other than you're going to bottle it at the end. It looks like it might happen. I don't know. How did you see this? How? What evidence did you have apart from the history, which is, I am someone who doesn't analyze history as much like this. Arsenal looked like the team that is about to do it, and City didn't look as strong. You aren't going to tell me that you saw Arsenal. What evidence did you have?
Just heard from you, to be fair, feels to me what every Arsenal fan is feeling. You're talking with that level of emotion. Honestly, as an Arsenal fan. But I want you to go back to Ian Wright, the player, because Ian Wright, the player, did win a title once for the first time. You got over the line. Okay. Put your shoulders up here, you know what I mean? Yeah. Pull yourself out your seat. Yeah. So you have won a title. You've done the same, Roy. You've done the same, Scholesy, where it's bloody tough to get over the line that first time. So you take yourself back 25, 30 years. You're a bit sort of what would be apprehensive. You want to win your first title. You're a desperate, emotional football player. You're not an Arsenal fan. No. What were you doing back then that could help the Arsenal players now? What is the sort of message that you would give them right now that would help them? Well,
it's a good question, Gav.
You're acting as you're emotional. You're acting
because I'm a fan at the moment. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've got to go way back to be a fan.
Become a coach, become a player.
You know something? I'm saying it's the belief in yourself, because I believe that however we're playing now, and however the manager wants you to play, once you get on there, you have to take a certain responsibility for yourself, because it's failing right now. Stop doing your face. Are you doing that face on purpose?
No, that's how it looks.
Yeah, it looks like that.
I was listening and thinking.
But like, you've got to, when you go onto the pitch, you have to, there's a certain time where you have to say, right, okay, I know he wants that, but I've got to try this.
But you're asking right all these questions about emotions as part of your reaction, but you're not looking at the facts. You're on about Arsenal having a dodgy spell then. They've only dropped a few points in the last 5 or 6 games.
At the critical time.
I know.
But I don't know. How is the United fan more confident than the Arsenal fan? I don't know. Maybe because Roy Keane just doesn't have a dog in the fight.
April, they have bad Aprils, aren't they?
Honestly, look at our April.
You got to look at the facts, though.
The fact is, April, Roy, we hardly win a football match in April.
Are you going to be hostage to the past? You can't be hostage to the past.
I'm not going to be hostage to the past.
Forget the past.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about is like when people ask me, right, are we going to do it?
Can I give you some advice?
What the fuck is this? Is this an act? What is it? Is it an act? Is this an act? What am I watching?
Can I give you some advice? Can I give you some advice?
Please.
You know, people say, what's going to go? We're going to win it. Just, we're going to win it. We'll never see these people again. The people walking on the street in London, you're not going to see them again. Just go, we're going to win it.
Yeah, but
lie to him.
I'm not going to lie to him, because that's why.
You're going to lie to him, but have that belief, fake it to make it something.
No, I'm not going to fake it.
Right.
You're not.
You're telling him fake it until you make it. What the fuck is this?
Of course, emotion is part of the game, but look at the facts. They're in a great position. They've won the most games. They've scored the most goals.
Sorry, guys, just because in title run-ins, there's always going to be a nervousness about you.
Yeah. Winning on.
And that's when you look at the players around you. Sometimes the match winners who will then step up and do what they do.
But who are the match winners? Who are the match winners at Arsenal today? Can you tell me, from the people that are going to play Sunday, Saka's out, Odegaard is out, who are the match winners? Who are? Who are the people that are going to take the game by the scruff of the neck and win the game for Arsenal? Who are you looking at and saying, you go out there and win me the game? Who from the Arsenal forwards you can lean on to win you the game? Who are? Who is that guy? Who is the guy? Habibi, Saka was there. Eze was performing. Odegaard, Trossard was performing well. Rice was performing better than now. Zubamendi was coming in clutch. Timba was performing well. I'm telling you people that fell off. But I'm telling you today, Timo, who is the person that will take this Arsenal team and say, right, I will win you the title? Who?
Or Scorsese,
but with this Arsenal team, I'm struggling.
The only thing I'd say about the Bournemouth game, for all these stuff we're throwing out there, you got to use a bit of common sense, and they didn't. There was nervous tension. And again, remember Arsenal on the back of a difficult European game.
It's a very good answer, by the way. It's a very good answer. Eze, I think in the City game, if Eze plays, my man, he just needs to step up and play his best game. He needs to step up and play his best game. Eze. Eze can be the difference maker. He can be. Eze is the guy that can take Arsenal to the different level, that can absolutely make things happen. This is what they need to do, in my opinion. Eze. Can Eze actually do something different? Maybe he can. Maybe he can. I don't know. Maybe Eze is the guy. Maybe Eze is the guy. We'll see how it goes. One more for 100 likes. One more like for 100 likes, people. One more like for the 100 like. One more. Hit that like button. Let's go.
When you go and play in Lisbon and all these games, they're tough games at this stage of the competition. You know, they're not easy games. So they come, and you know something, you're just off it a little bit. I know you're at home, you're thinking, come on, plus the game.
Hooray, we got 100 likes.
I don't think this is on the manager, the fans. As players, you go,
win it ugly.
There's a nervous tension. We've got a big target man. The last few years, Arsenal don't have a big target man. They're this and they're that mentally. We'll get up to the big man. And I always say, let's be nervous up there. Let's not be nervous on the edge of a box with little players who just...
So you're saying to just get it forward and play?
No, well, obviously get the balance right, of course. But there's times where you go, Bournemouth, at the start of the season, we've seen all Bournemouth stats. And again, they haven't played for 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You're saying Man United didn't play for 3 weeks, Gary. And Bournemouth didn't play for 3 weeks, but they were on the front foot. There you go.
They were unbelievable.
We'll see how it goes. Listen, we'll see how it goes on Sunday and Saturday. We'll see the games and what happens between Arsenal and City. We'll see United and Chelsea first on Saturday. I'm excited for that game. Hopefully it will be a good game. I want to thank everyone that actually supported the channel, stuck with us, liked the video, supported me. Thank you so much. For the people that are here, we're trying to make my best to do the content for you guys. Appreciate everyone that is here. We're taking out to Wolfie and his team. How is the result today? Are they winning though? Forest are winning and Porto have a one-man down. So we'll see. Thank you so much for people that stuck with us. Blessings to you guys. I'll see you guys soon. We're out of here, people.